Hello, optimists and opera singers. My name is TV Sky, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VI. Now, as you can see, I've been off camera doing a substantial bit of grinding just to get my characters up past level 20, which, at least I feel, is the level that they kind of need to be at in order to be efficient in combat on this at this particular stage in the game. We've been doing, like I've reiterated many times before already, we've been doing an exceptionally low amount of grinding in this playthrough of the game, because, of course, given that this is a playthrough for the benefit of you guys, I don't want to waste too much time just kind of going through repetitive battles in the combat system. And so, yeah, off-camera grinding seems to be the best option there. So, through all that grinding, the characters have learned, like, quite a number of new spells, as you can see, because the AP grinding I got out of grinding with the espers on, which is lovely. It opens up a few more combat options for me, which, fortunately, I'll need a little bit less now. Because enemies, as you can see, I can do almost 1,000 damage with the drill. Damn it. See, that would have killed me previously, if only that runic had gotten off a little bit earlier. And I can generally take on anything that the game can throw at me at this point. And I've also got a crap ton of money that we can then go and spend in the shops of Zen and Miranda. So let's make the journey. And again, something I've emphasized many times before, you can just go straight to the Imperial capital and start doing the things that need to be done. And, like, progress the game. You don't have to go to Miranda. You don't have to go to Zen. It's completely optional, and you do miss out on some stuff, but there's no requirement at any level. And again, it's like, I feel like most RPGs nowadays would not make a town, like two entire towns on the world map, that you never ever have to go visit ever, and where there really isn't anything in there that's, like, crucial to the story. Like, there's a few things that are interesting there that maybe set a few things up, or follow up on something maybe we've experienced previously in the game already. But it's all just, no, you don't have to, you can just ignore it if you want to. And it's a long walk down, all the way down to Zen down here. So plenty of people probably would ignore it when the capital is right there. But we are not going to ignore it, because we're doing over 1,000 damage now, because we are on a mission. And honestly, I should stop using physical attacks with Celis. It's kind of a little bit of a waste of her power, really. I hope I haven't grinded too much, honestly. Although if I have, it'll level out not too far from now in the game. Oh, it's not Sen down here, it's Miranda. Sen is up to the north. So, you might remember the town name of Miranda. We actually met a character previously in the game who was from here. We will start by restoring health and mana. And then we'll go see if there's anything we can steal from this guy. He's been occupied by the military. He should be used to losing his property for no good reason by now. Uh-oh, no elixir in the clock. Miranda used to be the most beautiful town on the continent. Then the Empire came along. Now look at it. Yeah, it's not looking great, those houses, is it? Alright, there's the mithril mail here. Let's have... Wait, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, actually. Yeah, one for each of my party members. And 4 mithril helmets, too. Sweet.
These soldiers are out of control, and there's nothing we can do about it. How long do we have to put up with this?
My son was forced into the Imperial Army. Oh, I hope he comes home safe.
And here they're having a dogfight. My dog's the strongest.
Why'd I have to get stuck guarding a town all the way out in the boondocks? How am I supposed to get a promotion now? Yeah, we can do anything we want in this town.
As indeed you can see that one of them is trying to. Aisha, my love! He won't stop asking me to marry him. Yeah, marry.
Place your bets here.
How else are we supposed to have fun in a backwater town like this? Yeah, get him! Fight! Fight!
How indeed. Sen and Ulbrook were invaded by the Empire too. Let's see. Ooh, the Trident. Nice. And the Boomerang. Nice, because that means I can take Lockback to the back row. There does come a point where it's kind of... there's really no reason to buy weapons for Edgar anymore. Because, like, you're only ever using his tools or his magic. He sent me a book he'd been reading. I've been reading a little bit every night before bed. I'll treasure it forever. This girl, as you've no doubt figured out, is the girlfriend of the soldier we met out in the city on the veldt, for whom we sent letters and books and other things back to her. She lives here. And you don't have to go and meet her, ever. Even if you completed the side quest. You don't get anything for it, except the knowledge that, oh hey, this person actually exists. Wondering if poison... Yes, poison works on this bastard. And there's no chocobo stables you can rent here either. Like, the one place on the upper world map where the chocobos would really actually be useful. And no such luck. You'll just have to make your way. Alright, Thunder Poison can't be multicast. Thunder can. Boom! Oh, right, not north yet. Just attack. Bugs are usually weak to ice. Not that one, though. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of random encounters before we get to the next town. Which isn't the worst thing. Like, it's nice to get a bit of extra money. Wait, do I have to go all the way around? If they're not weak to ice, maybe they're weak to fire. Yes. Oh yeah, right. I have to go around there. Something I do like is that even though all characters now can use magic, their individual abilities remain incredibly relevant, especially to like which characters you choose to bring with you when you do things. And there's several strategies, like especially for the high-level end-game bits and the optional bosses, where it's like strategies that rely very specifically on very specific characters and their abilities in order to make it through. Oh my god. So many. So I've done a couple of things off camera, by the way. I've turned the battle speed down a little bit. Because at this point, my characters, I've got 4 characters, and their speed stat and the enemy's speed stat is large enough that if the battle speed is too high, they're just gonna stand there and be ready to do things for ages while the actions of other characters go off. There we go. Now we're in Zen. While the actions of other characters like trigger and go off and the animations play out, and it's very inefficient.
Most of the town's youths were led off to serve in the Imperial Army.
Our royal family was slaughtered by the Empire and replaced with another royal family.
This town belongs to the Empire.
Let's see. I don't think there's better weapons here. I hope not, but I do have the money for them. Yeah, no. But was there something about the armor? I can't remember. I guess we'll find out. No, much the same. Oh, right. I actually want that for Celis. She's a magic character who can equip heavy armor. But I actually want the Priest's Mitre for her because of that mana bonus. Which is very nice, because it's going to make it easier for me to rely on spells with her.
Mom says I'm not supposed to play outside because it's dangerous. I'll tell you a secret. The Empire has a weapon called the Guardian. It's immobile, but ridiculously powerful. If you ever see it, run away and don't look back. And that's true. That is an enemy that you will encounter. He's not up here? If you do certain things, you're going to run into an enemy called the Guardian. And it is just, it's a massively, stupidly overpowered enemy that you're not supposed to be able to kill. And of course, some people have found ways to do it, but it's largely pointless. Right, Poison, Darkness, and Zombie, that's why I want it. And this... Hermes Sandals, Permanent Haste. He's already got some. Oh, right, but I want the Charm. Amulet, there.
See, especially once you start having haste on characters, having the game speed too high just because like it doesn't do anything for you to have a higher game speed because you can't take advantage of it.
My grandfather once told me there's a huge gate deep inside the cave on the eastern edge of the continent.
Where's that boy of mine? I told him not to play outside. It's dangerous with all these soldiers around. By the way, a little bit of foreshadowing there. Am I remembering wrong? Or isn't there a dude hiding in the trees somewhere? Hang on. Hang on. Because there is a specific Magicite that you can buy. There's a specific Magicite that you can only purchase from a dude who's hiding in some trees somewhere. And I thought he wasn't Zen. But I guess I was wrong? Hang on. Oh, yeah. There he is. I'm right. But he's behind the relic shop. He's up here. Where is he? Does he not appear yet? Is that only after? Let's see. Oh, right. No, of course, it's because you have to, right. I remember now. I've also Googled, but I remember. He doesn't appear until after I've beaten the Magitek research facility, which is where I'm going right now. I have to go to the capital first and complete that area, and then I can come back and find him, and he has the thing I want. So, we go to the capital first. That's why I was confused, because I know he's there, or rather that he's supposed to be there, but I forgot the order of things. But basically, there's a guy who has a Magicite, a summon, that you can only get if you buy it from him. And he's really easy to miss if you don't do it. So I was kind of like, oh, I have to remember doing that thing. But then I remembered it too early. So, to the Imperial capital we go.
Haven't seen you around here before. Why don't you go climb back down whatever hole you crawled out of?
Let's see.
Are you loyal to the Empire?
No.
What?
Oops.
You just might be able to do it. Young folks, please, don't give up.
And then she heals you fully. for free, which is lovely. It's free healing. Let's see, nothing new or useful here. Wait, the bastard sword is still better than his trident? Oh yeah, it is. Oh well. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, da, 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 ba, da. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I think I want another priest's mitre for Terra specifically. When I wake her up, I don't think there's better equipment than that available. I heard General Celis went over to the returners. Why join the side that has no hope of winning? Sid, the director of the Magitek research, is a genius. He gave my son the gift of cure magic. And indeed she did. And cure! That will heal 1 HP of each of your party members. Now up here, these dudes, if you run into them and talk to them, they will... I think they will summon attacking enemies. General Leo's never had a Magitek infusion. He's a warrior's warrior. And so, like, you can try and kind of sneak your way up from here, but there's nothing up there except those defenders that we heard about. Which will kill you, like your entire party. Just... Holbrook, Miranda, and Sin are all controlled by the Empire now. It's for their own good, really. You're returners, aren't you? Hey, that's cool, I don't judge. Want to hear something juicy? All the soldiers at the Magitek research facility can use magic now. All thanks to that genius Sid, apparently. Here's another one for you. That Kefka guy? They say he was Sid's first experimental Magitek knight. The process hadn't been perfected yet. Kefka ended up with extraordinary magic power, but shattered his mind. Again, information you will never learn about Kefka unless you go and ask. General Leo's a good man. Compared to him, Kefka's a... please forget I said that. Wonder if those rumors about them extracting magic from monsters at the research facility are true?
Yeah, turns out they are.
Let's see, there's nothing else in here, right? Nope. Let me see. Is there another building up here I can enter? I can't actually remember. Or is it just the stairs up to death? Yeah. I can't remember if they actually activate an alarm if you go up here. No, they don't. But... yeah, there he is.
Filthy returner scum!
And here's the Guardian.
You will go no farther.
Which is true. I can't damage it, and it will take out my entire party. Unless I run away.
You're returners!
Oh, shit. Okay, I can beat these guys. If I recall correctly, the gimmick here is that they're all resistant to physical damage. But they take a ton of extra pain from magic attacks. Or non-elemental attacks. Yeah, that's about right. But yeah, if you run into one of them, then you get sent back to basically the entrance of town. And there's nothing else up there, and there's no other NPCs to talk to except the old man, I think. I think, yes, we are ready.
Shh, I'm a returner. I've heard all about you. I'll distract the soldiers. Use this box to climb up onto those steel beams and sneak into the research facility. Are you ready? Thor must have had a future many. We're gonna trust it all.
Oh, jeez. A-tier security, just brilliant, brilliant soldiers they've got guarding the place. But yeah, if I remember correctly, the gimmick in here is that everything is resistant to physical attacks. Yeah, and only really magic does any damn thing. I think the drill still works because it's non-elemental? Could be wrong about that. And also Cyan's, yeah, and Cyan's techniques still work too. Because they don't do physical damage as such, but non-elemental damage, I think it's like still classified as basically magic damage. And the same thing with Sabin's martial arts attacks, his blitz attacks. Let me see if I remember correctly. Yes, Flame Tongue. And that is a sword with fire elemental damage, which would allow someone to do physical attacks again. Which is good. Because then they do elemental damage. Right, how do I get down from here? Oh, right, it's the crane. There we go. And then there's a split path here. I think there's something further up as well. There's a whole bunch of places where you can kind of go, and then there's a item for you if you choose the right direction. Yeah, there we go. Thunder does a good job on him. Oh, but the Flame Tongue didn't do what I wanted it to. Was I misremembering that? Feels like I was. That being the case, I'll just send him back to the back line. Let's see. No, nothing else up here. Good. And there. And if you don't do that before getting on this conveyor belt, you have to do a whole thing to get back to where you were. Like, you have to go through here. And you still should, I think, because... No. That was a mistake. Damn it. Oh, well. But yeah, the whole facility is like that. I remember going through it the first time when I played it as a kid. and just getting lost for ages walking in circles in here because I couldn't figure out how to move on. Okay, gonna wait with that conveyor belt for a sec, because if I remember right, it takes me somewhere I don't want to go yet. Boom. Oh, wait. Learned regen. That's the last one, right? Oh, no, Cura. Cura is still there. Right, you can't, because you need to... Okay. And this one doesn't... Right, okay. But yeah, there's a number of boss fights in here. As well as just like, if I hadn't spent the time I did grinding out of some level ups, these fights would be pretty tough on their own too. I should test what works for elemental. And yeah, fire doesn't do much to that guy, but thunder does. But yeah, in games like Final Fantasy games early on that rely on palette swaps to generate like a lot of the enemies that you fight, what those games really needed and what they got, especially from Yoshitaka Amano, is like that sprite work that's really interesting and nice looking and impressive to prevent the whole thing from feeling too samey. Because like that's the only thing that keeps the enemies visually interesting to look at, since they're static sprites. Oh shit! Ow! 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 Is if they have really impressive, interesting, powerful character designs. Let's see, I think it's Edgar who has the Cura. Yes. I need it. And yeah, if I had not done the leveling up that I had, that launcher, like that one attack from that guy, would have ended me. Like, that would have been a game over right there. Let's just try the Kate Sith. Yay, it worked. It's not very efficient. Like, it just confuses an enemy, which means they'll hit each other or someone. Or cast shell on you, apparently. That's nice. And you can hit enemies with magic while they're confused, and they won't get hostile. But yeah, very much the function of Confuse oftentimes and spells like Control is to enable you to grab enemy attacks for blue magic. Let me see if I remember correctly. Dragoon Boots, nice. See, Dragoon Boots is something interesting because if you're wielding a spear, you can wear Dragoon Boots, and that changes the attack command to jump, which is the classic Final Fantasy Dragoon command, where you jump up into the air and you land and you do massive damage. Now, with a normal weapon, that means you do double damage. With a spear, however, it quadruples your damage, or triples? One of the two, I can't remember which. Ah, damn it. And I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. Oh god, another launcher. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, so bad. Yeah, doesn't do much against enemies that are highly resistant to physical attacks, though. But jump is actually quite useful and powerful in certain situations because it allows you to avoid enemy attacks completely. Which can be incredibly powerful in some circumstances. Let's see. There. Yay, golden shield. Which is weird, like, I've always, in video games like this, where, like, you get golden armor and stuff, and all I can sit here thinking is, like, but gold is terrible for armor. It doesn't work. That's a terrible idea. It's soft. It just bends. It doesn't protect you from anything. Okay, someone learned Thundera, and I think it was Cyan. Yeah, so he's done with Ramu now. And Locke is done with Siren, but I think Locke has already had Ramu as well? And I think Cyan has already had... Where's his Bushido at, by the way? Okay, he still only has 4. And he's done with Kate Sith. I think it's only Celis who's still doing Kirin, so if any of the others have one that they've not yet... Nope. He still hasn't done Ramu. But the other 2 of them have done all of theirs. Okay. Let's see, can I go down with this thing? No? Okay, I was remembering that wrong. Let's just move on then. But yeah, you kind of want to be careful a little bit with how you level up in this game, actually. Especially once you get the espers and put them on your characters, because certain espers give you level up bonuses that are quite powerful. Especially, like, some of them give you level up bonuses to HP, some of them give you to strength, and, like, other stats that you really want to buff up. So if you do too much grinding and leveling up before getting there, you're kind of missing out on a hell of a lot of free stats, and you can kind of enter the late game somewhat weaker than you might want to be, depending on whether you want to take on the hyper-difficult optional bosses and stuff. And if I remember right... No, I don't think that's true. Because I feel like for the advanced remake, reversion, I think they did an optional extra dungeon in this game. I can't actually remember that. I should look that up. I should check that out. Because I think, like, an optional extra hard dungeon with a really powerful thing at the end, and some extra really super dangerous, difficult bosses. I feel like I remember something about that. Let's see. I'm hoping I'm also remembering the correct way to get all of the optional items. Because if I remember correctly, I don't think I do. Three members with haste, and yet somehow Locke is still the fastest character. Yeah, no, okay. I'm gonna start running from battles soon. They're tiring me out. I'm also wasting a lot of MP because I just want them to be over quickly. Let's see. Where's the chest? There it is, golden armor. But yeah, I actually like those dog sprites, those dog enemy sprites, a lot. Along with a lot of the other... Oh, Cyan learned a new Bushido technique, did he? Along with a lot of the other ones. Oh, right, that's the drain. Okay, can't get down there from here. What is it I'm supposed to do? Oh, right, no, I have... yeah, I actually did it the right way around, except it was the wrong way around, technically. Right, I have to go back and ride the conveyor belt. I was right about that. But yeah, that dog sprite right there, I really like it. Like, I really think these dogs, they look great. Like, they look like they're leaping into action. They look like they're going into motion. It's a really good pose. Whereas, like, the Imperial soldier over there, it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess he has a sword, but it's not really a very dynamic or interesting pose that the character is taking. It's one of the weaker sprites in the game. 420!
Blaze it.
Should have been a fire attack.
Or a poison attack. Protect the children.
There we go. That's what I was supposed to do.
I'm a god! I'm all powerful! I'll collect more espers, I'll extract their magic, and then... I'll revive the warring triad.
Yeah, we'll see what that is all about later.
I've already drained all of your powers. You're useless to me now. You two, take a hike.
He's not a very nice man.
But he is gone, which lets us follow those two espers into the pit. And I am just going to make sure that people are all right. Yes. Then I'm going to go through this door. There's a save point here. I forgot about that. And I'm going to use a tent. We're just going to go to sleep. Just have a little nap. Get all our MP back, because we're going to need it. And save glitch. Our old friend. Because these espers are a little bit, not very happy right now. If I remember, poison is the one that's most effective against that guy. It's Ifrit, by the way. Oh, no, wait, it does nothing against him. I remembered wrong. Well, that was a lot of wasted mana. And I'm reasonably sure Thunder doesn't do anything either. It's only really ice that works on him, and then physical attacks. Uh-oh, uh-oh, not good. Where are my cure spells? Locke doesn't have any! Well, that's not great. Use Runic. That's what I'm supposed to do in this fight. That's why Celis is good to have. Because Runic. She could do that with it. And here's Shiva. I think Ramu works. No, it doesn't. They only really take powerful damage from their opposing element. And if I remember right, they have a shared health pool, but it's not, like, directly shared. Shit. Ah, fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna heal him now. Except, of course, I'm not, because the thing I forgot about Runic is that it absorbs our spells, too. With Ifrit, that's okay, because... There we go.
I sense a kindred spirit. Who are you? You have Ramu's power.
Wait. We're... espers. I can see why Ramu entrusted you with this power. When they finish draining of us of our powers, they dump us down here to die. We haven't much time left.
Gestal has captured many more of us. They're all here, being drained of their powers. I too suffered my turn in one of the capsules.
We and Ramu were siblings, each of us born with a different elemental power.
If Ramu was willing to give you his strength, then we shall do the same.
Our friends are also running out of time. I'm sure they will lend you their strength as well.
And of course, there's a random encounter down here. Flan. That's fire, right? Yep. But it does that. And it's extremely annoying. There we go. Those are some new espers that I can equip to people who have finished with ones they're already doing, which would be Cyan. Yep. Get you some ice on you, kid. And lock. Oh, wait, no, hang on, I need to go save again. Because there's another boss coming up. And if you don't know how to beat him, he's a real motherfricker. Save glitch, there we go. I do know how to beat him, so I'm not that worried, but still. But yeah, something to notice about this game, like a general thing, by the way, is the contrast between technology and nature, which is something that comes up over and over and over again in Final Fantasy, and in Final Fantasy VII, of course, which is all about, like, environmentalism and the restoration of the natural balance against the encroaching poison of industrialization. But it's already happening in Final Fantasy VI, as you can see, with the Empire especially being characterized, and being very much the bad guys of the game, being characterized as technology obsessed and people who extract the power of the living world in order to power their technology, versus especially the espers, but just also the returners in general, who, like, when you first meet them, are hiding inside a cave, in a nature cave, right? And, like, you go down the river on the raft. Like, there's much more nature imagery associated with the good guys and industrial imagery associated with the bad guys. And so the connection that gets made in Final Fantasy VII, again, between, like, industry and profit and evil, which is not, you know, the world's most upsetting political stance to take, that, hey, unbridled, exploitative capitalism that kills people and empires are bad. Not really the bravest stance in the world. It's still something that's being foreshadowed here already, with technology very much positioned as an enemy thing. And there's still, like, there's bits like Figaro Castle, for example, which is a little bit of positive technology. All right, I remember that there's a completely different set of enemies in here that only appear in these rooms right before you exit the Magitek facility. And that bastard there, right? He absorbs thunder. Wait, hang on. Am I remembering wrong, or can you steal something from one of these guys? A specific thing? I might be remembering that wrong, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Just take out one of those damn birds, would you? feel like I'm remembering that one of these has an item that's worth... Yeah, that one has the flash, which is a tool for Edgar that I don't really need. So is it one of the birds, then? I may be completely misremembering. Yeah, I'm misremembering. None of them have anything useful. Here we have the second and actual boss. Like, someone who's not gonna just stop fighting, but who I actually have to beat. Let's see if he has anything. I can't remember if that guy has any items. Yeah, Runeblade. He's the one who had the thing. Oh, no, wait, that's not the difficult one. That's not the difficult version. There's a later boss in the game who shares this guy's sprite, who's actually difficult. He's got a special mechanic that can really fuck you up if you don't know how to deal with it. But it's not this guy. It's just someone who looks exactly like him who comes along much, much, much later in the game. Oh, typical me. So the Runeblade is a bit special. It draws MP from its wielder to deal critical hits.
You wish to help us, but we haven't long to live. We will follow Ifrit's example. Our power we entrust to you.
And now you get a What
are you doing over there?
Now you get a real library of espers that you can use.
What are those?
So, when espers die, they can leave behind the essence of their powers. The power contained within these stones is far greater than we could ever hope to extract. Hundreds of times greater. Interesting.
Ta-da! Obtained Magicite. Professor Sid.
Generous sellers. Who are these shady characters? Your underlings?
No, you see,
Is it true you worked your way in amongst those rebels as a spy?
Celis?
Oh, I see. Magicite. Excellent work, Sid. Generous sellers, you needn't keep up the charade any longer. Bring me those magicite crystals.
Celis! You tricked us? Of course not. Please trust me.
I knew she was not to be trusted. Oh, the sweet taste of betrayal. Oh, sellers, that's so... you...
Look, believe me.
Now! Kill them all!
Not, sadly, a boss fight. Locke, let me protect you for once. And maybe then you'll believe me.
Zealous, what are you doing? Stop! Zealous.
But what happened? Oh no, this is bad. That blast reversed the energy flow in the capsules. We need to get out of here. Quick, over here. Oh, what have I done? There's no excuse for it. No matter how much Kefka may have threatened me. Draining the life energy from espers just to make people stronger. You helped me come to a decision. I'm going to talk to the Emperor and make him realize how foolish this whole war is.
Yeah, that'll work. Sure, you can talk him out of it. Why not? And another little shave. As we now have lost Celis. Temporarily, like she will be back. I don't think anyone's surprised to learn. Let's see, if I remember right though. That's the better configuration. And then him with the jump. On the trident. Yeah, I think so.
Celis. I've known her ever since she was a child. I doted on her as if she were my own daughter. But I also forced her to become a Magitek knight. If I ever get to see her, I want to apologize for all of my mistakes. Oh no, it's Kefka. Go!
And here the game again tries the cinematic approach, and it's showing off. This is mode 7 scaling of a bunch of successive... Oh, that was quick. Of a bunch of successive sprites being scaled up, like being rendered larger and larger, which gives this faux three-dimensional look to it, which, again, back in the SNES days, this was, holy shit, this was the tech of the future. Like, until something like Star Fox came out, this was as good as 3D it would ever look on the console. And so this was a little showcase area, like where, with the minecart going. You can't change direction or anything. You can't really do anything. You can't influence anything. But it's a bit of a graphical showcase. As much as they could make those with the technology they had available. And enemies now, as you can see, are perfectly vulnerable to physical attack again. And there's a boss fight at the end of it. Unfortunately, to modernize, it just isn't that impressive. Like, because you can see the sprites are horribly low resolution, and because the GBA emulator I'm playing on is a little bit inconsistent with how it renders them, they're not appearing in front and behind of each other correctly, so it looks even worse than it would on an actual SNES. So yeah, it's just, you just kind of have to sit through it and let it play.
Just gonna let Edgar actually land this time. See, there we go. And that's why jump is worth it, is because it makes your attacks way more powerful. And that's why the Trident is also worth it as a purchase, is because then you can use the jump to actually do more damage. And there we go, finally. The boss. Now let's see, I can't remember if this guy has something that's worth stealing. But he does have that have your health attack, that's really annoying. And Cyan does not have any healing spells. Okay. Neither does Locke. Not great. But yeah, this guy has 3 parts. And it's worth it to get rid of 2 of them, because that limits his attack options, but he will regrow them after a time, which is quite distressing. But yeah, I may... Oh god. Ow, 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 ow. I may have leveled a little bit too much. Because this fight is supposed to be somewhat harder than that. And so was the fight with the previous boss. Like, that was supposed to be a bit harder. So I may have overleveled myself a bit. Oh well. And you can't access the menu, by the way, at any point during that whole sequence. So you can't heal. And there's still random encounters on the way out, so I'm just gonna make sure Locke doesn't get taken out by something stupid. Oh wait, the chaser. Oh, I feel like I remember something about that thing. Specifically that you should never let it be the last enemy left, because it'll do a thing that hurts like a bastard. Okay, people filling up on the spells, except Drain, which I'm never gonna use. And then Cure, which you can get much more efficiently from Kieran. And get Cyan some healing spells. You were taking too long. I got worried. Where's Celis? We can talk about it later. Let's get out of here.
Crud, what a mess! You're not getting away from me!
I have lost this boss fight before, I remember. We'd better not overstay our welcome. Let's get out of here fast. That probably would have been a good idea, but it seems we're a bit too late. Here they come.
Gah! What are those mechanical monstrosities?
I don't like the look of those things. And here you can see the limitations of the graphical capability of the SNES being demonstrated a little bit, because what's happening here is that the cranes are grabbing onto the airship, but they didn't really have any way to show that with the graphics they had available. Okay, So, this is our first fight using Setzer. He's got this thing. Yes, nice. The slot machines, which generate a random oh shit, okay, I should not have electrified it. Which generate a random effect based on where you manage to stop the slots. Most of them are beneficial, but you can also generate an effect that damages your own party, which is bad. Right, I remember now. Don't use electricity on the cranes. Electricity bad. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely overleveled a little bit. And now, we have an airship. I'm worried about Terra. Let's head back to Zozo.
Terra? Who's there?
I'll explain everything on the way. Terra, the espers, the returners. Unfortunately, we can't pilot the airship just yet, but soon we can, and all kinds of options open up for us on the map. Everyone's here. Terra. The Magicite. Father? I remember now. I was raised in the Esper world. One of the espers that died in the Magitek facility was her dad. And we have his corpse with us, which helps jog her memory. But yeah, we'll end the video after this. It's a lengthy sequence. It'll be a long video, this one. The Esper world. This is Madwin. This is Terra's dad. Can't access the menu or anything. He's not a party member as such. He's just the controllable sprite right now.
Madwin, someone's trying to come through the gate.
Let's see. I want to go talk to the various NPCs. Again, entirely optional to talk to anyone, but... Hey, Madwin, how you been? Just talking to a dragon. That's what I'm doing. That's how I've been. Let's see. But there's a bunch of NPCs here that you only have one opportunity to talk to, and it's during this flashback.
So we'll go and find some.
There isn't one up here, is there? Nope. There's this place has always baffled me because you can't pick up any items. Like there's no secret items you can get or anything. There's just this storage room, which is just there, and there's no point to it at all. Which again, I miss that so much from modern game design in general. Like things that just exist to be there, which are entirely pointless. Like there's no reason for them. There's no point to them. They don't do anything for anyone. They're just there.
There's an ominous air about this evening.
Good evening, Madwin. Let's see, there's no one there. And there's nobody over here. That's my house.
Hey, pull yourself together.
Wait, is this a... It's a human.
She's still quite weak. She'll need to rest for a while.
She's a human.
She must have wandered in from the other world by mistake.
We ought to kill it right away. Humans and espers are incompatible.
Did I wake you? You're an esper. What's this pendant around your neck? That's your first question? Okay. I'll give it to you. A charm from the esper world. The esper world. So that's where I ended up. Everyone is at a loss as how to you, a human, could have made it into our world. You're the one who saved me, right? My name is Madeline. I was sick of living in the human world. It's nothing but a vortex of greed and hate. So I wandered out into the storm, and before I knew it, I was here. They say that humans and espers can't coexist. So you don't want me here, right? No, I'm just not sure. I'll return to my own world tomorrow. All right, someone can show you the way back. She was a girl, he was a magical inhuman monster from another world. Could I make it any more obvious?
That human already left. I wonder if she'll be alright without a guide.
That human girl went to the gate quite a while ago.
If the humans learned of our powers and decided to try and make use of them, that would be a terrible thing indeed.
And still, nothing in here. No NPC, no nothing. Just an empty, pointless room. Do you have any idea what you've done? For centuries, no human has wandered into our world. Why has this happened now after all these years? Okay, we won't talk to all of the NPCs this time around. What's wrong, Madeline? If you don't want to go back to your world, you're welcome to stay here. But humans and espers can't be together. How can we know for sure unless we try for ourselves? Could I make it any more obvious? How can we know for sure? Unless we try for ourselves. And what he means by try is, well, I've chosen a name for her. What is it? Terra. It's beautiful, isn't it? 2 years later. Humans! The nexus between our worlds has opened again. This storm is just like the one 2 years ago. But this is different from the time Madeline came here. This time an army has come seeking our magical powers. This is no good. Retreat to the Elder's house.
I finally found it. After all this time spent decoding the secrets of those ancient texts, now it is time to reap the rewards. Grab them. Riches to any man who captures an esper. Go! With no choice, we must do what we have been avoiding.
You mean the magic barrier?
I'll create a tempest to sweep all the invaders out of our realm. Then I'll seal the gate. Even among the espers, the power to create a magical seal is limited to the single bloodline. I am the last of that line.
But at your age,
I may not survive. Without me, you will never again be able to open the gate.
Madeline. The other world holds nothing for me.
Then it is decided. We have no other choice.
Terra's all right.
It won't be long before the humans make it here.
This is all because of that human woman. Nonsense. She could have let them here for all we know. Enough. No, she's one of them. It'll only be a matter of time before she decides she wants her power too. Oh no.
Where are you going?
Madeline, she...
Oh no. But it's already too late. I've begun activating the seal. You won't be able to return.
I don't care. We're being pushed out.
No! Just when ultimate treasure was within my grasp!
Madeline, I'm not like them. I know. Thank you. Will you come back? Will you come back home with me? Yes, of course. And she dropped the baby. Terra! Madeline!
Human woman? Whose child is this?
Leave my daughter alone.
Your daughter. Then she must be half human and half... How fascinating. It looks like my dreams of building an empire may come true sooner than I'd ever imagined.
No.
Quiet!
And he kills her.
This world will be mine to rule.
So that sucked. And in the telling, she gets herself back, along with the memories. Father, I'm the daughter of an esper and a human. That's why I have these abilities. But I should be okay now. I can control this power as long as I only use it in short bursts. Gestal already knew the secret of the Esper's power back then. Those Espers in the research facility must have been the ones they grabbed that day, and Celus's power came at the expense of one of them. The Empire won't get away with this. I'll hit that Emperor with a blitz or two. How are things in Narsh? Maybe we should head back and see.
The airship's ready to go.
Come on.
Oh, by all means, take a turn at the wheel.
Let me teach you how to fly. Yes, I know how to fly. Would like me to teach you some special techniques as well. And now, we have an airship.
And we can go absolutely anywhere. There's only one place we need to go, of course. But we can go anywhere we want, including this unassuming island over here with that little suspicious single patch of forest on it. And that's where we'll land, and that's where we will end this particular episode of Final Fantasy VI, with a lot of story well behind us. And save glitch! We now have the entire world at our feet, which means we're going to be doing a bunch of follow-up. We're going to be going around, finding a few extra things, picking up some stuff, and seeing what's in that forest. It's not going to be anything particularly special, but it's a little bit of setup for something that might happen later. Anyway, if you enjoy these little Final Fantasy VI videos, which I'm posting while I am away on travel, then feel free to hit the like button, comment button, subscribe button, and all the other buttons, and Patreon, and tip jars, and blah, 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 sales pitch, and I have a merchandise store, and things like that. And thank you very much for watching.